Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something first. What can happen in 7 days? Some people say, not much. I say, everything can change. You see, one believed I would ever be successful. I was rejected from Harvard 10 times. I applied to 30 jobs, rejected by every single one. Even KFC turned me down. Out of 24 people, 23 were hired. I was the only one rejected. Let me tell you something that most people miss. Time is not your enemy. Time is your most powerful tool. People think they need months, even years, to change their life. They wait for the right moment, the perfect opportunity, the magical sign. But the truth is, transformation doesn't wait. You can begin to change your life in just 7 days. That's right, just 7 days. Not because everything will be perfect in a week, but because your mindset, your direction, your energy, all of that can shift instantly when you decide to stop waiting and start acting. You don't need a grand plan. Don't need money. You don't even need support from others. What you need is a decision, a strong, serious, and non-negotiable decision. In 7 days, if you wake up with purpose, cut the noise, and focus on what really matters, you can become a person most people won't even recognize. Your habits, your thoughts, attitude, these can change. And when those things change, your life starts moving in a new direction. Most people waste 7 days scrolling on their phones, complaining about their situation, or telling themselves that next week they'll start. That's why their life stays the same year after year. But some people, the ones who really want it, use those 7 days like a hammer, breaking every excuse, smashing every fear, and building a new foundation. Those are the people who shock the world. Not because they are better, not because they are smarter, but because they started. 1 week of focus can introduce you to a version of yourself you didn't know existed. You might meet the version of you who gets up early, who reads instead of scrolling, who works when everyone else is resting. That person isn't far away. That person is already inside you, just waiting for you to take action. I understand that change sounds big, it sounds scary, but here's the truth, it's not. Change is simple. Change is doing what you said you would do. It's taking that first step. It's finishing what you start. It's showing up every single day, even when no one is watching, even when you don't feel motivated. 7 days, if you do that, something will shift. Not everything, but something important. You'll feel more alive. You'll feel proud. Realize that success is not about talent or luck or timing. It's about effort. It's about energy. It's about commitment. Start to see that the gap between you and the life you want isn't as wide as you thought. And that realization, that's where transformation begins. The world will not change for you. But you can change your world. And when you do, people around you will say, I don't believe it. That can't be the same person. No. Good. Let them doubt. Let them question. Because in just 7 days, can begin to silence every voice that told you no. You can start to write a new story. Not someday, not next year, but now. So stop asking if it's possible. Start proving that it is. Your future self is waiting, and it's closer than you think, just 7 days away. People will always doubt you. That's just how it is. No matter what you do, someone will say you're not good enough, smart enough, talented enough. At first, it feels personal. It feels like they're attacking you. But over time, you start to understand. It's not really about you. It's about them. Their doubts are a reflection of their fears, their limitations, their belief in what is possible. Most people don't believe in greatness because they've never seen it up close. So when you come around with big dreams and bold ideas, they feel uncomfortable. They laugh, they criticize, they say it won't work, not because they know better, but because they've already given up on their own dreams. When people doubted me, I felt hurt. But I didn't stop. I turned that doubt into fuel. I used it as motivation. Every time someone said I couldn't do it, I said to myself, now I'll show you. Doubt is not your enemy. It's your training partner. Let it push you. Let it sharpen you. Let it remind you why you started. The biggest mistake you can make is waiting for approval. If you keep waiting for people to believe in you before you take action, wait forever. The world doesn't believe in what it cannot see. People believe in results, not dreams, not plans, results. When you start showing progress, when you stay consistent, when you succeed silently, that's when people begin to notice. That's when the same people who doubted you will come back and say, I always knew you could do it. But deep down, you'll remember how they laughed. You'll remember how they walked away. And you'll smile, not out of anger, but because you've already moved beyond the need for validation. Rejection is not failure. It's direction. Every time someone says no, it's a chance to get stronger, to learn to rise. The ones who make it are not the most talented. They are the ones who don't give up when no one claps. They keep going, even when the room is silent, when the results are small, even when the mirror reflects doubt. That's how success is built, not with applause, but with discipline when no one is watching. People doubt what they cannot understand, and sometimes you will be misunderstood. That's okay. You are not here to fit in. You are here to stand out. Are not here to repeat what others have done. You are here to create what's never been seen. That makes people uncomfortable. That makes people question you. But if you let their doubt stop you, then their fear wins. What matters is not who doubts you. What matters is whether you doubt yourself. Because once you believe in your vision, nothing else matters. You wake up differently. You work harder, you speak with confidence. And slowly the world begins to shift. People start paying attention. Not to your words, to your results. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself enough to keep going. Doubt is loud in the beginning, but silence is powerful. Keep building. Let your work speak. Let your journey be your answer. Because in the end, they won't remember what they said about you. They'll remember what you became in spite of it. So let them doubt. Let them laugh. Let them underestimate you. Just don't let them stop you. Keep moving, and one day they'll say, I didn't see it coming. That's when you'll know. You didn't need their belief after all. Success is not built on one big moment. It's not about one lucky break, one brilliant idea, or one perfect opportunity. Success is built on small daily actions, the things you do when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when nothing around you looks like progress. That's where the real work is. That's where the real winners are made. Every day you have a choice. You can do what's easy, or you can do what's right. The easy things bring comfort. The right things bring growth. It's not exciting to wake up early every day. It's not glamorous to study when others are watching Netflix. It's not thrilling to save money, build skills, or say no to distractions. But these are the small bricks that build your future. These are the actions that over time become a wall so strong that nothing can break it. Most people underestimate the power of consistency. They do something for one day, maybe two. Then they look around, don't see results, and give up. They forget that a seed doesn't turn into a tree overnight. It needs water, sunlight, and patience every day. That's how your goals work too. Don't need to change everything today. You just need to be better than yesterday. Read one page. Practice for 30 minutes. Make one phone call. Take one small step. When you do this every single day, those small steps turn into momentum. And momentum, that's powerful. It carries you when motivation disappears. Keeps you moving when your emotions try to stop you. You want to build something great, start with small things. Build habits. Create routines. Make a schedule and stick to it. Success is not the result of luck. It's the result of doing simple things again and again until you master them. Look at the people who are ahead of you. They're not always smarter. They're not always more talented. But they are more disciplined. They do show up every day. They do repeat the same small things until they become second nature. The problem is, many people want the reward, but not the process. They want the result, but not the repetition. They want the destination, but not the daily grind. That mindset will keep you stuck. If you want real change, you have to fall in love with the process. You have to value progress over perfection. You have to show up on the days you feel tired, discouraged, or distracted, because those are the days that shape your future the most. Remember this: people don't see your small actions, but one day they'll see your big results. And when they ask how you did it, they won't understand when you say, "I just showed up every day," because they were looking for a shortcut. But you found something better: consistency. The small things are not small, are everything. You don't become successful by accident. Become successful by design, by building small actions into your life and repeating them until they become part of who you are. That's how confidence is built. That's how skills are developed. That's how lives are changed. So today, don't ask, "What big thing can I do?" Ask, "What small thing can I do and keep doing no matter what?" Because the person who shows up every day, even with small effort, will always go further than the person who waits for the perfect moment. Small daily actions. That's the secret. That's the path. That's the power. Rejection is part of life. If you are afraid of rejection, you are not ready to grow. Every successful person you admire has been rejected many times. But what separates those who rise from those who quit is how they handle that rejection. Most people take it personally. No and believe it means never. They hear, "You're not good enough," and believe it means you'll never be good enough. But that's not true. Rejection is not the end. Rejection is a redirection. It's life's way of telling you, not this path, not this time, but keep going. When people say no to you, they are not rejecting your worth. They are rejecting an idea, a timing, a proposal. That doesn't define you. In fact, rejection can be one of the best teachers you will ever have. It shows you your weaknesses. It reveals what you need to improve, makes you stronger if you choose to keep moving forward. Most people don't. Most people stop at the first door that closes. They let one no become the end of the road instead of using it to find another way. When I was younger, I faced rejection over and over. Rejected from jobs, from schools, from opportunities. I could have given up. I could have said, "Maybe they're right." But I didn't. I told myself, "They may reject me, but they don't define me." That's a powerful mindset. Because once you stop being afraid of rejection, you become unstoppable. Stop chasing approval and start chasing growth. Rejection is part of every dream worth chasing. If everyone says yes to you from the beginning, your dream is too small. The big dreams, the bold ideas, they come with resistance. They come with doubters, critics, closed doors. And that's a good thing, because the journey forces you to develop resilience. It forces you to level up. Without rejection, there is no character. There is no depth. There is no wisdom. Learn nothing by getting it easy. But you learn everything when you get back up after being pushed down. Rejection doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. Sometimes means you're on the right path, but you haven't grown into the version of yourself that can handle what's waiting at the top. The job that rejected you might not have been the right place for your talents. The investor who said no might not have had the vision to see your idea. The people who walked away from you were not meant to walk with you to the finish line. And that's okay. Every rejection clears space, removes what's not for you, and makes room for something better. Don't let rejection create fear. Let it create hunger. Use it as a challenge. Every no. Push you harder, not make you smaller. Let every closed door remind you to build your own. Because here's the truth. Rejection is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. You cannot grow if you always stay in places where everyone accepts you. Growth happens where you're stretched, where you're uncomfortable, where you are forced to prove to yourself what you're really made of. If you can learn to face rejection without losing your passion, you will go further than most people ever dream of. Because while they're still waiting for someone to tell them, yes, you'll be creating your own opportunities, building your own path, writing your own story. In the end, the rejections won't matter. You won't even remember most of them. What you will remember is that you didn't stop. You didn't fold. Didn't let someone else's opinion become your reality. You kept going. And that's why you made it. Belief is everything. If you don't believe in yourself, no strategy, no advice, no opportunity will save you. People are always waiting for someone to believe in them. Family, friends, society, teachers, bosses. But most of the time, that belief doesn't come. You have to give it to yourself. You have to wake up and decide that even if no one sees your potential, you do. If no one supports you, you will. Because if you don't have your own back, no one else will. This world is not built to hand you confidence. It's not going to come tap you on the shoulder and say you're ready. You have to take it. You have to walk forward even when you're unsure. People think belief comes after success. They wait to see results before they feel confident. But it's the opposite. Belief comes before the success. Have to believe when there is nothing, no proof, no reward, no spotlight. That's real belief. That's the kind that builds champions. There will be moments when you question everything. You'll wonder if you're wasting your time. You'll look around and see other people moving faster, doing better, bigger. And you'll ask, what's wrong with me? But here's the truth, nothing is wrong with you. Only thing missing might be your belief in what you can become. You are not lacking potential. You are not lacking talent. Are only lacking the voice inside you that says, keep going. Other people's opinions are loud, but they are not facts. If someone tells you you're not good enough, that's their view. It doesn't have to become your reality. And sadly, people project their own fears onto you. They say you can't because they couldn't. They say it's impossible because they never tried hard enough. You must be careful who you listen to. Let other people's doubt live in your head. It will grow and crush your dreams from the inside. Real belief means showing up when it's hard. It means doing the work without applause. It means betting on yourself every single day, even when you're tired, even when you've failed, when everyone else has walked away. If you wait for someone to say, you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. You have to stand up and say it yourself. There's something powerful about a person who believes they can figure it out. Maybe they don't have the skills yet. Maybe they don't have the money or the experience. But they say, I'll find a way. That mindset, it's unstoppable because belief doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be real. Doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you move forward anyway. It doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you're committed. When people finally see your success, they'll say, of course it happened for you. But they won't see the nights you stayed up learning. They won't see the sacrifices. They won't see the years when no one clapped, but you kept clapping for yourself. That's what belief does. Carries you through silence. It gives you vision in the dark. It gives you the strength to keep showing up until the world has no choice but to pay attention. So stop waiting for others to believe in you. That's not their job, it's yours. And once you truly believe, something shifts. You stop chasing approval. Stop begging for permission. You become bold. You take risks. You move differently. Because when belief lives inside you, it doesn't matter who says no. Only yes you need is your own. Talk is cheap. Everyone can make promises. Everyone can say they're going to be successful, start a business, get fit, become disciplined, build something great. But the truth is, the world doesn't listen to words. The world listens to results. That's how people are wired. They don't care what you say you're going to do. They care what you've done. They don't measure you by your intentions. They measure you by your actions. And that's why most people are ignored, because they talk, but they don't deliver. If you want respect, Stop announcing what you're about to do and start showing people what you've already done. Let your work speak. Let your discipline speak. Let your progress speak. It's not that you need to prove anything to others, but you need to understand that real influence comes from example, not from noise. Don't need to be loud when your results are clear. This is why action matters more than any plan. A perfect plan means nothing if you never take the first step. A big dream is useless if it lives only in your mind. So many people spend their lives saying, "One day I'll do it." But one day turns into never, and the only thing they're left with is regret. Meanwhile, the ones who take small, quiet, daily action are the ones who actually build something real. They don't talk. Think about the people you admire. What makes you respect them? It's not their promises. It's their persistence, their results, their consistency. That's what earns trust. That's what builds a reputation. You don't need to tell people you're committed. Show them. Don't need to convince anyone you're serious. Your actions will make it clear. When people start seeing progress in your life, their behavior changes. Suddenly, the ones who ignored you are paying attention. The ones who doubted you start asking questions. Not because you tried to win them over, but because your results are impossible to ignore. That's the power of doing the work even when no one is watching. And here's something important. Must get comfortable working in silence. You must train yourself to be consistent when no one is cheering for you. Applause may come later, but it should never be your fuel. The process itself is the reward. You get stronger, smarter, more focused just by staying in motion. Let other people waste time bragging about what they're going to do. You stay busy building it. People always ask, "How do I get people to believe in me?" The answer is simply earn it. Not through words, but through results. You don't need a microphone to be heard. You need discipline. You need work ethic. You need patience. Build something so solid, so undeniable that no one can ignore it. When you have something real, something that's growing, something that's working, people will notice without you having to say a word. It's easy to post a quote, to write a caption, to talk about hustle. But none of that builds anything unless it's backed by consistent action. Your value doesn't increase because you say you have potential. Value increases because you prove it. And proof doesn't come from noise. It comes from showing up, doing the work, and repeating the process until results appear. So let others talk. Let them post. Let them make noise. You, stay focused, stay quiet, stay consistent. Let your life be the evidence. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't care about what you say you'll do. The world cares about what you've done.